Carla's just gone and pooped in her bowl. Can you believe that? I'm telling you, sometimes these things are messier than dogs. We're filling it back up, and we're getting the bowl set back down in there. And now that you've seen this, you'll see more reptile content right here, because it's time for the Lotl Love Exotic Pet Show. Stick around. To the Lotl Love Exotic Pet Show. I'm Aiden, here with your intro, and you're about to see some insane feedings. We're going to talk about some dubias. You're going to see us feeding the Lotls and feeding all kinds of stuff here in today's episode.
Right,
Stick around.
Feeding seems to be the theme of this episode here. We are going to go ahead and feed Peaches, our little baby corn snake. Peaches was hatched, I believe, last November, so she's almost a year old, and she's still growing. Last time I checked her, she was starting to look like she may be going into shed soon. First, we gotta find her. She likes to burrow down, like corn snakes usually do. Let's see here. Let's find the snake.
That's a lovely game that we like to play around here.
Yes, let's play find the snake. Oh, I see her. I see her. Oh, it looks like she is going to go into shed soon. Here's the baby corn snake. So this is our Peachy Keen girl.
Yeah, she does kind of look like she's about to go into shed.
Yeah, she's starting to look a little dull. You can tell when they go into shed because their color kind of dulls out a little bit. She's not quite there yet. Usually there's like a milky film over the eyes. But she looks like she's starting to get to that point. She's definitely grown. She's nowhere near full grown, as you can see. She's still a baby girl, but she's super precious, and we love her. So anyway, she's still on Pinky Mice, so she does frozen thawed. I have a thawed frozen Pinky. She's used to tongue feeding, so I just hold the mouse in front of her. Sometimes I kind of move it around a little bit, kind of entice her to grab a hold. She's been kind of a butt about food lately. I've had trouble getting her to take mice. So it takes a little work sometimes to get her to feed. Which corn snakes usually don't do that, but I don't know why lately. She's been kind of a booty about it. You know, she's wrapped around the tongs. That's funny. It's like,
I was holding her a little while ago, and she was wrapped around my bracelet.
Yep, she definitely likes to anchor herself.
For sure. Come on, baby, strike it.
I know. I really want her to eat. Okay, we're gonna wrap that now.
We're gonna what?
I said we're gonna wrap around the plant now.
Oh, she wrapped around the plant. I have like the perfect angle, and I don't really want to move it. And then you move.
I'm sorry. I gotta go where the snake goes. Sometimes she likes to strike it from the head. Sometimes she likes to strike it from the booty. Whatever strikes her mood. We try for the head for a little bit, and if she doesn't go for it, then I usually try and do the booty. She's thinking. She's thinking. And we're thinking.
We do this for a long time.
Does it look good? Does it look yummy? Ooh. Sometimes I put it down to see if maybe she'll strike it if it's on the log. Sometimes that. She's definitely gotten spoiled and finicky in her old age. Not old age. She's still a baby, but the longer I have her, the more spoiled she gets. And she may not feed today. In which case we will put this mouse in the fridge and try again tomorrow. Sometimes too, other tricks you can try. Sometimes I have to heat it in the microwave for like 3 seconds. Sometimes that'll get her to eat it. Be careful how long you heat in the microwave because they will explode quickly, especially the pinkies. And plus, you don't want to burn your snake when they eat. So you have to be real careful when you do that. But sometimes they need that heat coming out of them. I never refreeze my pinkies. I will put it in the fridge and warm it up again tomorrow. I'll try that 3 times, and then if she doesn't eat it, it will usually get thrown out. However, we have a new resident coming tomorrow that will eat the ones she doesn't, so we will quit wasting pinkies. Unfortunately, today Peaches did not feed. We will try again tomorrow, so we can show you guys maybe next week. But you know, that's how it goes with snakes. Sometimes they eat, sometimes they don't. Her body's perfectly healthy. Like I said, she looks like she's starting to go into shed. That'll sometimes cause them to go off food. It is what it is. As long as she's healthy, her eyes are clear, no upper respiratory infection, I'm not worried about it, and we will try again tomorrow.
Oh, there she goes. Going back into burrow down into her enclosure. Today I'm going to show you axolotl feeding. In this container of, Cool Whip container, we have some bloodworms in here, and I'm going to pick them out with these tongs, and I'm going to actually feed them to the Lotls.
That is not Cool Whip.
No. You don't want to put this on your ice cream or cake or whatever you put this on.
I mean, unless you're really weird.
So you dig in through here, and you dig kind of through, and eventually some worms will kind of...
What kind of worms are you feeding, eh?
These are bloodworms. We get these online.
Red worms.
Red worms. And here's a couple. Usually they'll get a little bit more than that, but if this is all I can get in a group, I'll just go ahead and give them another group. So I'll come back over here, and the dirt will come off when it goes in the tank, and then when the Lotl tank change happens, the dirt will just get put in the bucket and thrown outside.
It'll get sucked up through the vortex.
So it kind of washes itself off, and then you go down in there, and then there's Cosmo right there, and he leaps for it. And Aurora's coming out because she's hungry, so... Boom.
Yeah, she's been, like, circling all day.
So there's one, and they'll eat
It's on his head.
But there's one there. They'll eat them off the ground, too. Sometimes when I'm in a rush, I'll take some out, or, I'll do a brine shrimp, too, because you feed them brine shrimp. I'll just put it in there, or, with brine shrimp, I'll take a piece off, snap it in, and put it in there, and they'll eat it. It'll go on the ground and they'll eat it. So if I'm in a rush and don't have time to tongue feed them, I just do that. But you want to do that when they're a little older and they're a bit smarter than, dumb.
So do you ever feed them pellets anymore?
I do once in a while. It's recommended that you give them a very good variety in their diet to make sure they get all the vitamins and stuff that they need. I can actually provide you information on axolotls. That's the thing I know the most about. So I'm trying to get some more worms in here. Oh!
Yeah, you've done a good job with these guys. They are awesome and they're, super healthy.
For those of you who don't know, we got these things down in Tennessee, and it was a 6-hour car ride home with these guys in my lap.
Yeah, and the container didn't seal properly, so he was, covered in water in the middle of winter. There they go. Oh, he's so hungry. Oh, he's so hungry. Nom 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 nom.
You can throw the rest in there.
Nom 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 nom.
There's one that got here on the side of the tank.
Make sure Aurora's got enough, because she's been hungry all day.
Sorry, I'm not probably getting into the frame.
Yeah, your butt is covering Aurora.
That's okay.
Literally just filming your butt.
I dropped it in there. All right, so.
Look at how pretty her gills are right now. I mean, they're looking great.
So what I'm going to do real quick is, and I don't typically do this.
She's so happy.
Just for the video showcase, I'm going to do this. I'm gonna go get brine shrimp, and I'll be right back. I couldn't find brine shrimp in the freezer, but I found these. These are basically worms, but they've been frozen up into a nifty little cube.
Well, it's a different type of worm.
It's a different type of worm?
Yeah, those are red worms. Those are bloodworms. Bloodworms are mosquito larvae.
Oh, okay.
Red worms are like a thin version of an earthworm.
The more you know.
Yep.
You know, like that 80s graphic with the shooting star?
Yes.
You know,
so it does give them different nutrition in both of those.
So this is... So I'll pop this out and I'll put it in the tongs. And what I'll do here is... Not that. I'll put it in here, and I really hope that this works. Aurora is the best at this, and hopefully she'll see it.
Oh, yeah, she did.
And she's going to grab it, okay? And she's going to...
Nom,
No,
nom.
she missed it! You had one job. You had one job. Oh, God. Okay, come here. Whoa! She's a fast swimmer. Just eat the whole cube. Quit trying to eat my hand. Jeez.
They're hungry today.
I know. Holy crap.
They've been...
There we go. Oh, and it's gone. Look. So Aurora just does that. And this is fine. And eventually she'll get it down there.
What about Cosmo? Because he's still hungry.
Cosmo, I'm going to get him one too. I just want to watch Aurora for a second because, man.
She's a hungry
Yeah,
Lotl.
she's golfing it down. She just shoved the whole thing in her mouth. I love it. And she'll swallow it. I think she's almost got it down, maybe. I don't know. It'll probably come out in a second. But
She's
anyway,
nomming.
She's nomming. But now I'm going to do it to Cosmo, who has swam up in...
Yeah, look at him. He's like, oh, where's mine?
Look at him go.
Look at him.
He's like excuse me.
Excuse me, where's my cube? I want my cube.
He doesn't shove it in his mouth a whole lot.
He just like noms on it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like corn on the cob, except I'm holding it.
Oh.
You gonna get it?
Nope.
It's now under your chin. Okay.
They're so used to the tongs, like they look for that.
Right. Dude, it's right in front of you.
Oh, there he goes. He got it.
Yep, it's gone. Oh, he just...
Nom, 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 nom. They were hungry today.
They were, but that should be about enough between the both.
Oh, yeah.
And then what we'll do
But they've been, all day long, they have been swimming like they've been looking for food.
Well, now they are full Lottles. So
They're full happy Lottles.
I'm going to go ahead and turn the slide off. And, yeah, that's feeding the Lottles worms. I'll find brine shrimp for a future episode, and we'll show them how to breed, or not how to breed, how to feed the brine shrimp to them. But, yeah, it's on to the next step.
Alright guys, so this is our dubia colony right now. This is our starter box. We're going to upgrade them here pretty soon because we've got a few babies in there. But I'm going to take the lid off. And this has been a great starter box for the colony. I have these water pillows. And I actually bought off dubia.com. You can see one of the babies crawling in there. I've got these water pillows right here. And then I got some food. And I got that off dubia.com. And then some egg crate. For them to hide in. You can see they're getting ready to get clean, but there's the babies and all the dubias. But we have tons of babies in there right now, and they're just doing great. They're thriving. I haven't had any issues. I'm trying to feed them off minimally because I'm not sure which ones are still breeding, because I don't know. Something that I've learned in my journey of doing a dubia colony is that dubias only breed 6 times, and then once you breed them 6 times, they are done having babies and they're ready to be fed off. But because I don't know which one of these, I mean obviously the bigger ones are the older ones, but I don't know which ones are which, so I'm trying minimally to feed them off till I have some more babies in here. But yeah, we've got some males and females. They're just living their best dubia life. And yeah, so I will show you guys the products I have for them and what is helping them thrive in here. But just make sure that they've got water that they can't drown in, and food. And then I know they're supposed to have a dark place, and the new bin I have for them actually is dark. But I just started them off in this one just to see what would happen. And obviously you can see they are doing great. Also, the crazy thing about dubias is they do give live birth. So these guys don't lay eggs. They do give birth to live babies. And I said, one morning I just woke up and there were little babies crawling around in there. And I was like, well, all right then. We are successful in creating a dubia colony. Now we just have to let it grow. Guys, so we're here with Carla since, again, we're doing lots of fun feeding times. And Carla is kind of a bougie gargoyle gecko. Most gargoyle geckos will drink out of a cup. However, this one, she has to be spoon-fed because that's just how Carla is. And a lot of you are familiar with Carla from the Facebook page and from the Derpology page. She's always happy. She's always smiling. She's the best. So when we go to feed her, I mix up her food. She will not eat. Most gargoyle geckos eat insects and fruits and different things. Carla does not. Carla is very picky. So as you can see here, she's licking her mix off of her spoon. Make sure, guys, if you get anything like a gargoyle or crested gecko, which require almost identical care, she actually eats crested gecko food, that you do your research, because these are omnivores, and a lot of the crested gecko foods out there, and again, crested geckos need it too, don't have any kind of like insect protein in them. So you have to be really careful with what you're buying and make sure that they're getting what they need. So I like this Repashy food for her because it is very palatable for her. Plus, it is almost nutritionally complete. However, it does not have insect protein in it. So I buy the Repashy grub pie powder too. And I just mix some of that in with the crested gecko diet to make sure that she's getting her insect protein as well. And make sure that she's the healthiest gecko that she can be. Now, Zoo Med also makes multiple flavors in the crested gecko paste mix. And I get that as well. I kind of mix it up because I think varying diet is so important to make sure that they get all of the nutrition they need. So I buy that as well. Now, the Zoo Med does have black soldier fly larva meal in it. So you don't have to add a protein source or an insect powder to that mix. It is complete and balanced as it stands. Other than the Zoo Med mix, however, though, I have not found one that does contain an insect powder in it. So, if you're using one that does not contain an insect powder, I highly recommend throwing in a little bit of that Repashy grub pie, just to make sure that they are getting some insect protein in there, and make sure that they live their healthiest lives. So yeah, Carla does this whenever she eats. Daisy's very interested, our little pocket pit bull, in what's going on.
Oh, no, you're not getting up there.
But this is how Carla eats. I do this probably 3 to 4 times a week with her. But she won't eat out of a cup. You have to spoon feed her.
I think it's funny how just open and close and open and it's all over her now.
Yeah. She just cracks me up at how bougie she is. She definitely has a big personality for a little tiny gecko. But I'm such a fan of the New Caledonia geckos, like all of them. The cresteds, the gargoyles. Gargoyles are probably my favorite. I do really love lychees. I would love to have a lychee at some point because they're just so big. And lychees are the biggest of the New Caledonia geckos. But I think the New Caledonia species, they're all about my favorite because they're just so cool looking. And like I said, Carla's just got a big personality for being such a little gecko. She's a little ham and a total diva. Now, Carla's not a reptile that we would consider breeding. She was rescued, which I think we've covered before. And
no, there's Bo.
Yeah, Bo's getting in on the feeding as well, but I don't know. I just don't want to breed her. I just want her to live her best life. Well, she'll take a break every once in a while and swallow what she's got in the back of her throat, so that's what she's doing right now. There you go. Nom. 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 Her little tongue is so precious. All right, so we just do this for about 30 minutes every night, and then when she's done, she goes back in her enclosure and just chills out, and we do it again a few days later.
And that's going to be it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out our Patreon, Instagram, Facebook, and all of the social medias that will be linked in the description. If you have any if you have anything of what you would like us to do next, please leave that in the comments. And as usual, we'll see you next week. Bye!